How to become a meme coin millionaire step-by-step 2025. This video I'm going to share the easiest method I know of that you could use to approach this. And I'll be honest with you, you can't start with nothing, or you can't just start with like 0.5 SOL. It's technically possible, but way more difficult. However, if you have a decent size investment, so let's say $5,000 or $10,000, it's very much possible. So let's get straight into it. What's the maths first of all? The maths is very simple. If you do 10K, let's say 10K was your starting and you multiplied it by 10, so a 10x, you'd get 100,000. And then one more 10x and that's it. That's 1 million. That's what we're looking for. So it's 10 and 10. So basically 100x meme coin. Or you could split it over, let's say 10x trades. That's what you need to get to that magical figure. And there are three things we're looking for. We need a strong meme. That's number one. Number two, we need one that could do multiples. So we're buying in the right area, the right region. And number three, we need to invest with size. So you can't be taking tiny little positions. You need to put good size. Remember, not at all market caps can you even buy meme coins for 10,000. When you think about liquidity, slippage, etc. So all these three things need to be satisfied for us to potentially make these kind of moves. And let me just show you something in terms of first steps. So we need to find a strong meme first of all. So what we need to do, this is, for example, is called Peanut. So this is a well-known meme coin over the last couple of weeks. I've shared it a lot on Twitter, on YouTube here too, but we're going to reverse engineer. So this coin's done really well. Come to the top right and click on copy contract. Then make sure you have Telegram installed and find this bot. It's called Call Analyzer Bot. So at Call Analyzer Bot. So on here, you can simply message that contract address, click enter, and this will find all of the different groups, Telegram call groups, where this was mentioned. Now, some of these call groups, they just randomly mention lots and lots of different pump.fun coins, like hundreds every single day. So take it with a pinch of salt. But some of them, they mention it a little bit later and they do good write-ups. One thing I just want you to know, this has exact timestamps of when it was mentioned in the call group. And you can see some of the returns on the calls. Like these are thousands of X's here. We're only talking about 100x, not thousands of X's. So you can see immediately that this is very, very much possible. And not just in one standout meme coin like Peanut. This could be done with many, many meme coins right now because there are many pump.fun meme coins, for example, running into the hundreds of millions. But we'll get onto that. Why am I showing you this? When you're looking for a strong meme, this is a way to do it by reverse engineering. So for example, let me just click randomly on one of these call channels. You can join one of these channels. And what you can do is click join here at the bottom. And when they mention new coins, you can keep an eye on them. Sometimes they have good write-ups about them, so they give you a lot more information. Obviously, all of it's DYOR, do your own research. But they can share with you important tweets about that, some of the background behind the developer. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's just a call and, hey, do it at your own risk, but this looks pretty good. This is just one way of finding potentially a strong meme. You have to do your own research after that, of course. But how do you even know which meme coin to go after? This is one way. And these call groups, they're much more focused on newer coins, which is what we're looking at because that's where we can make the largest multiples. So we click on another one. This one, again, not much research on here either, but again, we're just looking for the call. So if we scroll right down to the bottom, we can see any new calls here. And some obviously will be on Solana, some will be on ETH as well. But this is one way to find out. Let's talk about another method. Another method, this is actually my preferred method, is to use Dex Screener. I use Google Chrome primarily, and on Google Chrome, I have a lot of tabs set up related to crypto. And one of them is related to Dex Screener alone. And what I do here, you can see at the top, I've got a few tabs set up, and these are automatic filters for coins that are trending or doing well. For example, if I click on the up to 40 hours one, these are all the coins now listed on Solana, matching my filters, my criteria. And I'll just show you that here. Liquidity 80,000, market cap 300 to 500 million, pair age up to 40 hours. So very new, 24-hour transactions 2000. And what I do here is I sort by volume. This automatically tells me where volume is flooding into the market. For example, it pops up Leicester. I'm already invested in this coin. Basically, because I saw it on my filters pop up. And you can see off new launch, it's done very, very well. Now, why is this coin doing well? What's the potential? Is it a strong meme? Answer to all of those questions is yes, it's a very strong meme. What is this one? So this is where we research. So let's say you were looking at it new for the first time. This is a meme where the actual, so basically this is a meme based on a well-known altcoin, Litecoin. And from their official account, they're supporting this coin. And so basically anybody can launch a coin on pump.fun with any logo, and it doesn't, you can say it's a Litecoin one, but it's not for guarantee that they're going to follow. But what happened earlier was this kind of mascot almost was created by Dogecoin, asking its followers what would be a really good kind of piece of artwork for Litecoin's own mascot coin. And then Litecoin suddenly started following. And remember, Litecoin themselves have a 1 million following. It's a very, very well-established, well-known altcoin. It's not a great altcoin, but it's well-known, established. And now suddenly they're reposting stuff about this meme coin. That's massively bullish. So this could be very, very early days in this move here. But again, that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is can you get to 7 figures trading meme coins and only putting in max 5 figures? So 5 grand, 10 grand. And can you even do it off one coin? We've talked about the multiples already. But just to show you, even here on this chart, if you put that 10K in here at 6 million, you're not going to time it perfectly. So let's call it 10. So somewhere near the lows here at 10, you put in your 10K, round numbers. This reached exactly 100K. So today, if you sold, and you should be taking profit at just under 100, because that's a common psychological resistance level, that's 10K into 100K. If you take that 100K, you put it into another larger cap meme coin and get another 10X, that's 7 figures. It's not horrendously complicated. It's certainly not easy, but it's not horrendously complicated either. That's why there are so many 7-figure meme coin traders, for this very reason, because they know how to buy good entries in strong memes, take profits, and move on. They know how to rotate, basically. And that leads me to the next stage, which is once we found the coin, we're trying to find the right place to invest in the coin. So if you go back to this one you would have picked up on filters over the last kind of 24 hours. This first ran to 20 million. 20 million, it then pulled back to around 6 million, which is actually a very common pullback after a 20 million run. If you had already noted this coin here, you don't need to get involved at the beginning when they're just launching on pump.fun. For example, I've talked about BullX on my videos before, and here there are brand new creations. So stuff that's launching every second. And a lot of people might tell you, like, all of these ones, these are the ones where you need to jump on coins immediately, because that's how you make the most multiples. Technically, that's true. But in reality, there are 2 massive issues with this. One is so many of these are not going to make it, even to 100,000 or a million. It's just not going to get there. And then the other thing is you can't buy these with any kind of size. You generally can't ape in 20 or 30 SOL or more into any of these coins. It's not possible. And we're talking about putting in 50 SOL in one coin and then trying to make those multiples. So those are the 2 big issues. Better let one of these coins, the outperformer, run some of its course and then have a massive pullback. And that's what happened with this one. It ran to 20, but remember, even early on, you could get into this one early on when it first ran to 8 and then pulled back to 4. So there were areas, or even this first dip here back to 1.85. But what I'm saying is you don't buy initially, because we're talking about what potentially could be the easiest method. Meme coin trading is not easy. It's very difficult. But if you had to choose all of the different methods, and the one that would take the least amount of time, it would be this, because this could potentially could take minutes every day. Get on T-filters, see where the volume's going, look to buy healthy dips, and then ride the wave and take profits along the way. That's the strategy. So we've talked about call groups. We've talked about deck screen filters. How else can you find any kind of trend in meme coins? You can, of course, use software like BullX. So on the left here, if you go into explore, you can see here what's trending, and you can see here what gainers, losers, recents, etc. And even here on trending, you can quickly pick up and you can set filters here. So you can check market cap, volume. And if you want to know what's trending right now in the last 5 minutes, just click on 5 minutes and you can see what's pushing right now. So you can see this coin, Gonsler, which is it's quite funny. And this is because Gary Gensler's just left the SEC, I believe. And this one, yeah, it's trending. So because it's a new coin, you have to do some extra research in terms of the hold account and stuff like that. But we're doing the same thing here. It ran to 10, looking for a healthy pullback here. If we get a drop back to 3 million, So I'm going to watch this one. Literally, I'm going to add it to my watch list whilst we're doing this video. If we get a healthy pullback to 3, I'll probably jump in. Because right now, because it's such a trending topic, one of the Gary Gensler coins is going to win, quote unquote. I don't need to be around on pump.fun to review every single one of them. I just need to pick the winner, buy a healthy pullback, and then let it run. And remember, I can then ape in with some good size and potentially make good multiples. And also my risk is lower. The very, very brand new ones, so the ones you see here on Pump Vision, risk is massive. Like if you're buying these at 50k, 100k market cap, a lot of them will go back to 5, 10k if they fail. So you are going to take a big, heavy loss unless you're really managing your trade well. But the good thing is with my strategy, you don't have to be watching the coin all the time either. You see, just look in the middle here, see how many of these are migrating now related to Gary Gensler. Loads and loads of them migrating, which means they've reached the bonding curve very, very quickly. But many of them are not going to make it. And I don't need to wait around. I don't need to invest in all of them. I just need to wait to see which one will make it. And that's the one we'll ape into. So going back to this one again, I'm going to copy the contract address and I'm actually going to have a look at the Twitter page. Is this a strong meme? So having a look, there's only 2 posts at the moment. So at the moment, there's nothing. This probably was the first meme or one of the early ones to announce that he's left now. And it's just a picture of him with the clown outfit kind of superimposed. So nothing incredible, but it does the job, I suppose. But we're looking for a little bit better than that. Something that can carry the socials, create a really strong meme with this particular, obviously, new situation. So this may not be the one. But anyway, Dex Screener is where I would research. So I would copy and paste that same address and I'll get onto a smaller chart. So onto a 1 second chart or even a 1 minute chart. And I'll keep an eye on the actual chart here. So if this pulls back, and then the socials stay strong and we get a bit of a community around this, then this absolutely could run. Or we would wait and see which of the other ones would make it. Now I can easily change the filters. So these are my new launch filters. And again, I can sort by volume. And you can see it immediately popped up with the most volume there anyway. So I'm picking it up just with Dex Screener. I'm just used to Dex Screener and I prefer the layout and I prefer the filters. And I prefer the charting as well on here. So when I'm researching, I use this. However, when I'm trading, I'll use BullX or Photon, linked to both in description below. And they're completely free to use, but those are the better ones to trade with. So you can see these all launched recently, but a lot of them, the Gary Gensler ones, 38 minutes. So what I can actually do here is I'll click on filters again, and I change the pair age, and I actually just change it to, let's say, 0.7 hours. And if I just change it to 1 hour, then these are the brand new ones and I can see where all the volume is going here. And I'm just having a quick look to see if there's any others related to the Gary Gensler situation. I can see another one here, overhyped equity. I'm going to click on that one as well. But not much else, to be honest with you. It seems that may be the main one. You can see this one ran to 1.7 and has really struggled afterwards. Okay, so trading setup. Now, again, if you go through my videos, I have a lot of content on this, but important levels, important numbers, 10 million, 5 million, pullbacks, 3 million, and then you've got 1 million as well. Basically what happens is a lot of these people who are in early have already actually made really good multiples, actually, pretty good multiples. But a lot of them know to take profits because most pump fund ones will fail. So they will be aggressively taking profits. And when they do, and there's a score of red candles, usually you can get quite a strong pullback. Now, after the pullbacks, one way to trade is buy the dip. So look for 3 million, or if it's really strong, if it's running really strong, it'd be more like 5 million for the bounce here. And it's very, very hard to tell just by looking at the chart alone. Sometimes you get an idea based on socials as well. But if I just scroll up here and I show you top traders, you can see that some people have already made good money. The ones that are blank where you don't see anything, those are the people who bought on pump.fun and they made some money. They made 30,000, 40,000, so they made decent trades. But remember, here potentially at 3 million, you could go in with 10 grand here, even 20. I even see people put in more than that on these lower market cap coins, which I think is too risky personally, but I've seen it happen. And then here, we're just trying to get to the next level after 8, which is 20, 30 million. That's all. Nothing special, just 20, 30 million. Who knows what will happen after that? If we can just get from 3 to 30, that's a 10x. And on 10K invested, that's 100 grand. However, this is where something else magical happens after this. So we get to 30, that's fine, no big deal. If this becomes the next big thing on pump.fun, as many coins have been doing every single week, we could run to 100 to 300. Then we're talking serious money. That same position, actually, if you just hold it, the 30 million one, and it ran to 300, that is your million right there. End of story. That's your million right there, end of story. But then, if you get lucky, some of these coins, like you've seen some of the AI ones, Mudang, etc., they get listings on Binance and Coinbase. And you never know when that's going to happen. Very hard to predict as well. But you can position yourself for it and be ready. If you're holding in profit and this runs to 20, 30 million, and then that 20, 30 million is just going sideways like this, just leave it. Because if it suddenly gets listed on some massive exchange, this will suddenly jump from 30 million to 300 million, 400 million. Immediately. We saw that with ACT. This is an AI coin. Again, one I've discussed over the last few weeks on the channel. Look back through the videos. And this particular one, I'm just going to scroll down here. This experienced a massive jump. What do you think that jump was? Binance listing. Simple as. So before that, and annoyingly, I wasn't in it when it jumped, but I had traded in and out of this a lot. Now, learn my lesson. The ones, once you're in profit and it gets to 20, 30 million, hold it. If it's going sideways, it's not obviously struggling, hold it. Take some profits, take your initials and stuff like that, but then hold it. So this particular one, I'll just show you. It ran first to 70, and then it pulled back, and then I was wondering if it's kind of done and dusted. But it was consolidating. It was holding support. It never really failed and dropped back under 10 million. It was always holding support. There was accumulation going on here, and then a sudden breakout. Now this, you don't have to call this trading technique. Call it luck. That's fine. Yeah, that is luck. It is luck. You don't know which ones are going to get listed, which ones are not. But how do you make your own luck? By being in the position where you're already in profit and it's consolidating. You're making your own luck. And if you get lucky with one of these Binance listings or one of your coins, it's game over. You've made your money. Maybe even retirement money. Who knows? That's like I said, the point of this video. Very, very possible. There are steps along the way. You're aiming for the sweet spot where you can go in with size and you're getting in early. Anywhere from 1 million to 10 million. I repeat, 1 million to 10 million. Anything under 1 million, not established coin. 1 to 10, potentially established. Many of the ones from 1 to 10 not going to make it. That's for you to do a little bit of research. Have a look at the socials. Have a look at what's going on in terms of price action. What's the volume like? I know the volume in this particular one, because I showed you before, is quite high. It's quite high. So, and we can see now it's pulling back, which we were hoping for. It's had a bounce of 4 million. Is this the start of something? But now what do we do? On a 1 second. What you're looking for, this is more TA, is you're looking for a higher low. So that's the low. If it pushes up and makes a higher low, I'm in. To be honest, I'll pause this video and I'll probably trade it. But if it keeps going down, I'll wait for another lower low. Now, remember, after that, it could go lower, and then I could buy in, and it could go up a bit, and then fail. No problem. It doesn't matter. Break even, make a small profit, make a small loss, doesn't matter. When you're aiming to make big multiples here, you have to be prepared to take a little bit loss. I'm not the one top buying here at 9 million, holding it all the way down to 3, am I? I'm the one buying at 3, buying a dip, not buying tops, buying a dip. And then if it goes to 4 and fails, no problem, take some profits. It goes to 2 and it's not doing anything, out of my position, no big deal. Once you've seen enough coins do the same mechanism again and again, where they may or may not run, and you know what the levels are, you'll get better and better at this. And you're not going to get it on your first trade, even though, you know, some people have, like I've heard on Twitter, like some people even from a first trade have gotten lucky and just hit the jackpot. It happens. It's certainly not the norm. Meme coin trading is very, very difficult, but at least you're playing a game which is reasonably fair, unlike crypto was before, you know, with all the VCs and nonsense and stuff. It's reasonably fair. Do you have an equal chance as any to buy the dip right now? There's always liquidity. So you can always buy and sell, no problem at all. And you can get the ROI, the EV is there. The potential is massive. Believe it or not, there are people who have done really well, made 7 figures, who have just bought all pump.fun coins. They just buy all of them with a decent amount, like say $1,000 or something like that. And they'll hold all of them. And obviously the one that goes to 1.5 billion, if they invested 1K very, very early on, it's going to be worth a ridiculous amount of money. And that's just how they trade. Because they've probably done the calculations, either consciously or unconsciously, and they've realized that because the multiples and the potential is so high, the risk of many going to zero and failing is still worth it, because that one that makes it will be much bigger than all of these losses combined. It's meme coin trading. It's a completely different mindset, completely different numbers. You have a big opportunity here. You see, I actually missed that while we're talking. It's a bit of a higher low. But again, we haven't reached 10 million yet. So there's still another line there where might be some profit taken at 10 and then another dip. We'll see. But anyway, back to the point of the video. Very possible with multiples. Find a strong meme. Make sure you're entering in the right area. So you can't find a strong meme when it's already at 300 million. That's not going to help you in terms of making multiples. It's not worth it in terms of the risk anyway. You want to find in that sweet spot. And then you need to go in with some size. Once you've got a bit more experience trading meme coins, you shouldn't be messing about buying these with 0.5 Sol. You should be looking to aim a little bit higher as long as you've got the capital. That's it. Thanks for listening.